proficiency in all aspects of running a construction business is a state of control. The end. Okay. So if you're sitting here looking for a bit of a magic sort of, moment, then what you want to be is proficient in all aspects of running your building company, right? If you are not, how is it that you're going to resolve those? And there may be aspects of your building company that you're not running well, but you don't realize that that's a knock-on effect from something that's happening out the back that you don't even know is happening. How old are you going to be before you start to experience life like you want it? I want to tell you right now, whether you like it or not, there is a better way to do business. Hi everyone, welcome to the Business for Builders podcast. My name's Max, I'm your host, and I'm the CEO here at Smith & Sons in Canada. And I'm also the founder of EliteBusinessAdvisory.com, where for the most part we specialize in customized coaching for contractors. So great to have you with us. If it's your first time, appreciate you dropping in and checking us out. If you're a long-time listener, we appreciate you continuing to be inside of this community. It's great to have you along. True to form, like and subscribe. One of these drops every week. Hit the bell for a reminder. Don't forget, get across to Business for Builders VIP Facebook group. It's a private group over there, full of general contractors and contractors and even apprentices, I believe. And so it's a good place for some community. It's a good community where there's camaraderie and some collaboration. Be sure to, raise some questions over there, guys and girls. Don't be shy. And if you've got a good level of confidence and humility and you think you can speak to a question that was asked, then I would love you to do that. That is not another platform for me to flap my gums and talk about whatever I want to talk about. I really want that to be exactly what it is, a community whereby that village of general contractors in the VIP, B4B or Business for Builders page can really sort of get some benefit from that as well. Right, we are part 4 of our 4-part series to do with mindset, management, marketing, mentoring, and mastery. And so today I'm going to bundle mentoring and business mastery together for this final part. And so this is really going to tie it all together, guys and girls, because those first 3 parts are very much, let's call it the how, getting your mindset sorted out, your management and the marketing side of your business. But really, this is what we're trying to do, is move you into a position whereby, through some mentoring, however that is for you, that you do get into a position of business mastery, which essentially is where we're living in an environment of control, not perfection, but control. We understand what's going on within our business. And so, I'm really excited to round up this 4-part series, with just sort of doubling down on these aspects. Don't forget, if you want to just chat with me real quick for 30 minutes, I'll give you as much value as I can possibly cram into 30 minutes. Hit the book a consultation button over there at EliteBusinessAdvisory.com and, book a moment in time with me, and we'll see what we can come up with and see if we can't get some clarity as to, what's happening in your business and where you want to do or where you want to go, and what we need to do to help you in that way. So don't be shy, reach out, and let's get about it. Now, if you can't get a spot because my calendar fills up pretty rapidly, please just email me, max@elitebusinessadvisory.com, and go, hey Max, I can't get a spot. I'm in this location. Can you organise me a time, sometime in the next week or two, and we can sort of just move things around and help you out in that regard. Right. Today, we're going to talk about mentoring and coaching, and we're going to talk about business mastery. So having a mentor or a coach and striving for business mastery can significantly contribute for the success of a general contractor or a builder in several ways. So, what we're trying to do is we're striving for that success, or having a business coach and mentor and looking to master the art of running a construction business. When we focus on that, that can significantly contribute to the success of our business, because, someone said to me once, you've got to harness the power of intent, okay? And so what that concept speaks to is that it's not a wishy-washy commitment. It's like, I intend to be the largest new home builder in my area, or I intend to build boutique high-level new homes, or I intend on being the most well-renowned renovator building company in my city. And so, that is a commitment that's put up there, But that's where it's got to be backed up with, right, how am I, now I've got that dream out there and I've got that goal. What is the equipment? What's the facility that I'm going to need? What is the resources that I'm going to need to help me and support me, get through that? And so, I think when we're talking about mentoring and coaching, not only mentoring and coaching is just one aspect. I think really what completes you as a business operator, you're going to need an accountant, okay? You're going to need a financial advisor. You're going to need a lawyer, and you're also going to need a business coach, because each of those 4 areas within the business or in and around your business or you as a human all do a very different job. So my role as a business coach, even though we dive into activity key metrics, it's very different to what your accountant would do. Yes, we talk about work in progress accounting, and I want to know what's happening in the business across the board on a monthly basis, whereas your accountant might not see you until the end of the financial year where you lodge all your paperwork. And so, obviously we don't really want to deal with lawyers, although, there's some cases that we need to consult our legal counsel about things that are happening in our business. And I think having a financial advisor, it gives you the overarching understanding of what it is that you're shooting for and what do I need to do today. So there's a lot of reverse engineering, right? This is the outcome that we want to reach, right? This is what we need to do, in the weeks, months, and years leading up to that completion date, if you will. And so, so I'm going to speak today about, the mentoring and coaching, because it's a lot of what I do. I mean, it's really my complete existence, whether I'm a franchisor here in Canada or whether I'm running Elite Business Advisory as a business coach specifically. Everything I do is about trying to develop building contractors or general contractors or builders to just become better. So really impress upon them the importance of leadership capabilities, but also with management capabilities to really complement that at the highest level. So the definition, mentorship or coaching involves receiving guidance, advice, and support from experienced individuals who have succeeded in the same industry or field. Now, it's keen to understand that succeeded doesn't mean there's an absence of failure, okay? I think a lot of guys, probably the majority of business owners, that say the reason that I succeeded is because there was multiple micro failures along the way. And I think sometimes we get that confused. We think, well, I'm not a success because I have tripped up here or I failed in this regard. But obviously if there's a catastrophic failure, then that results in the business closing down, then that is a macro. I mean, that's a massive failure. What we're talking about is we can use the micro failures along the way, things where we trip up, cost us a little bit of money. We look at that and go, okay, that's a experience that we can use to learn. And then our business and our understanding of what we do as an operator becomes elevated and now graduates into a different area. So that's kind of the definition as I see it. Right, couple of areas of relevance as it relates to mentorship and coaching. There's a knowledge transfer. A knowledge transfer. A mentor or coach can provide valuable insights, industry knowledge, and best practices as that they have gained through their own experience. This can help the contractor or the builder avoid common pitfalls, make informed decisions, and accelerate their learning curve. There's no question that if you're one of my Elite Business Advisory clients right now, you're very familiar with the activity key metrics. That activity key metrics come out of the fact that I was hell-bent on measuring every aspect of my building company or my franchise group and my building companies where they're in. And every time that I would, I remember starting with maybe a spreadsheet that only had 6 columns in it. And it was, just for 1 month, it was like I was really monitoring some basic key metrics. But then as the business developed, every time, there was like, oh, I need to monitor that. I need to measure that metric. I need to measure that activity. And so now we've got a very, which I think I outlined 4 or 5 episodes ago, and what it does for my business as far as a sleep at night factor goes, and so that's really what we call, when we're talking about a knowledge transfer, that's really one of the things that I think is a standout in my mind. Avoid common pitfalls, make an informed decision. So, it's one thing for say, okay, why are we going to have an activity key metric spreadsheet? Well, because we want to monitor the activity within the business. Great. Why are we doing that? Because we want to be able to make informed decisions. There's no such thing as a good emotional decision in business as it relates to business development. We want to make data-driven decisions. We want to make sure that we are forecasting, firstly, let's say, how long is it going to take us to get 3 months worth of fixed expenses in the bank, right? What's the activity that's going to go into that to make that happen? And so, I think that's really important when I can bring that to my guys' attention. And remember, my job as a coach is to bring awareness, then provide education, and then, of course, use accountability to get things done, or to help the general contractors and builders get things done as well. And really what we're trying to do by bringing them into the coaching world, as a client, is to accelerate their learning. I'm 51 and I know what I know from pretty much, I've never had a business coach as such. And so if you're late 20s, mid 30s, and you're like, well, I don't want to wait 20 years to get to figure out, what Max knows. I don't want to be 50, 51 before I figured, more out. How can I accelerate my learning curve? Well, coaching and mentoring is definitely one way it can do that, through that knowledge transfer. Right, the second point there is networking opportunities. Mentors and coaches often have extensive networks within the industry. They can facilitate introductions to potential clients, suppliers, and other industry professionals, opening up new business opportunities and partnerships. And so, knowing full well that marketing is definitely a big challenge for builders in general. I've got a couple of contacts which I can lean on and recommend in the event that one of my coaching clients wants to improve their situation. So there is definitely a network of people that I know. Certainly, I've recommended everything from agencies to financial planners, and so it's just one of those upside benefits maybe that's not as tangibly obvious, or is not as tangible and it's not obvious to you. But certainly those networking opportunities definitely arise, depending on the demand or the need. And of course, the final relevant part to mentoring and coaching is the personal development. Mentors or coaches can also offer guidance on personal development, leadership skills, mindset, helping the contractor or builder to grow both personally and professional. It's interesting, some of the conversations that I have with my clients. Because I'm a father of 6, been married for a little while now, and there's certain things that we sort of start to just pivot slightly away from the business side, and we do start chatting a little bit about the personal side of things. I've got guys in the group that are expecting and will have their firstborn in the next 6 months, I would imagine, and so there's some interesting conversations that come around because of that. And so that's, very much away from the professional and the business side, and we get into some of the personal stuff as well. Ironically, one of my clients is very focused on the whole gym thing. And, I've just taken on, and ironically, I've just taken on a business coach, a personal trainer. I want to get in shape for the race season and all that sort of stuff. And so there's one of my clients who's just a big advocate of gym. He's got a great routine, and he just does the thing because he loves it. And so we often get talking a little bit about supplements and ways, different routines and things like that. So it's nice to be able to sort of talk with clients, and in the case of fatherhood, perhaps there's something that I can contribute that is completely separate to business, right? But certainly, from a professional standpoint, that's where the major emphasis comes, when you're talking about, because there's, for me, having been involved in the building game since 1989, there's just so much experience that I can pull from to really bring value and, really expedite, the learning curve of people that are, in part of my world. So that really sums up, mentoring, coaching. It's a little bit of a broad brush. Like I said, my personal trainer, I was only in there today, and one of the things that I noticed that was beneficial was that it was one thing to set up a routine and you go through the program, but what she is doing is watching if I'm putting out 3 sets of 15, she'll be like, okay, now it's time to go up at 10 pounds or whatever the case may be. So someone is monitoring the performance and counting the reps and, I guess giving that encouragement and pushing to make you, do more. And so, that really surmised for me to be, it's funny because here I sit as a business coach, and yet when I hit that gym, I'm now the client, and now I've got to put my ego aside and just listen. Like it's not up to me to govern it's up to me to give feedback, but I'm trusting that individual is going to be able to lead me towards my goals through the operation, of what it takes to, be in the gym 6 days a week. And so Mondays is my rest day. But every morning, for the other mornings during the week, I'm in there working. So ironically enough, there's an advisory that, she will recommend this, that, and the other, because I'm only, in the gym with her 2 times out of 4. So I've got to then, there's a personal discipline that comes in as well. But I know that there's accountability there. And I think for me, I wouldn't go to the gym if there wasn't someone who I was reporting to, because I'm happy to let me down, but I will not let another human down. And so sometimes that's a bit of a subliminal power of a coach. And I've had some of my guys who are with me now in elite business coaching, and they've said to me, look, it's just the accountability, Max, is what I need. I need someone to be accountable to. And so, you'll get that in bucket loads because I won't let you off. I have this thing that's, firmness with courtesy, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And a lot of what I do, if there's anything to say, it's because I want to see you improve. I don't want my elite business advisory or my franchised operators to fail. I just don't want that. And if I have to bring something to the table and say, this is a major issue, this is a bottleneck, this is something that needs to be addressed, then in the event that they comply with that, more often than not, there'll be some level of success that is the outcome. But sometimes, there can be pushback, and it's like, Max, you can go and kick rocks. I'm not listening to what you say. And I'm okay with that. But that's, the power of having somebody who's not just giving you lip service, but someone that's been involved in the industry and somebody that can bring some level of support and guidance and encouragement, but also some tough love at the same time. So that pretty much sets us up for the final point here out of our 4-part series. So in this 4th part, or fourth, is that what we call it? A 4th part of the series, something like that. We're just going to round out with business mastery, and I think everything that we do is really focused on whether we understand it consciously or not. What we're trying to do is master our own little business world. We're like, I want a building company that does $1 million in revenue, that does produce a 30% gross profit, where my fixed expenses are 15 to 18% max, where I do enjoy an 8 to 10 or 12% net profit at the end of the day, where you really enjoy a lifestyle because of how well my business is running, and my personal life is in order because my personal goals align with my business goals and they don't conflict. And so business mastery is not necessarily a destination, but it's really just a state of the union at that moment. It's a bit of a snapshot in time. And so the definition of business mastery, it refers to achieving a high level of proficiency and expertise in all aspects of running a construction business. And obviously we're speaking to, construction operators, including project management, financial management, client relations or client management, and strategic planning. And that's to do with business development. And so, what we want to do is we want to be able to look at the landscape of our business and tick these boxes and go, I'm not perfect, but I've got 90% of things done. If there's an event that arises that needs my attention, this is how I handle it. I feel like I'm in a very solid state of control. And that's really what we're talking about. Control, mastery, it goes hand in hand. So what's the relevance to us as building contractors? It really is efficiency and productivity. By mastering the essential business skills and processes, a contractor and builder or builder can streamline operations, optimize resource utilization, and improve overall efficiency and productivity. Guys, that would be the first base. It's like if we can get efficiency and productivity, great. One would think that would lend itself to profitability. Okay, the second point there is quality and reputation. Business mastery involves delivering consistently high quality work, meeting or exceeding client expectations and building a reputation for excellence in the industry. This not only attracts more clients, but also leads to repeat business and referrals. So, guys, when we're talking about, developing a really good social footprint and having, people really engage with our social media and things like that, that really is the piece de resistance. The quality work and the reputation is a byproduct of our mastering that aspect of our business. It is, and really that is the thing that will start to set us apart. It will enable us to, really develop the reputation to a point where, I'm not saying that, there's nothing wrong with just referrals, but I think a lot of us don't really have enough consistent quality referrals. So we need to do the marketing thing. But there will get to a point, there's some builders in this town that do very little marketing. Organic stuff at most, almost, because they've just got 2 years worth of work, and it just that consistently continues to build. That's the result of mastering a building company. And more often than not, this is not by any means conclusive, but you'll find that a second, third generation builder, after a period of those 2 or 3 generations, will have cottoned on to what makes a business hum and what does constrict the growth or development or the expertise of the business. And so they make those improvements on the fly. So we don't necessarily want it to take 3 generations, but it certainly is almost just the outworking of consistently looking to improve the business. The third point there, as it relates to business mastery, is adaptability and innovation. Mastering the business aspects of construction allows contractors and builders to adapt to changing market conditions, technological advancements, and regulatory requirements. It also enables them to innovate and differentiate their offerings in the marketplace, staying ahead of the competitors. So, I think that, we as building operators, we always need to be ready to pivot, to adapt, and to innovate, to embrace technology, things like that. Because if we get stuck in our ways, and this is the challenge, is that, well, Dad did it this way, and so I'm going to do it that way. Well, that's okay, and that is applicable in some situations, but because of the technological advancements, some of that, what they used to happen way back when, really is a moot point. And I won't tell the story about the turkey and why they cut it in half. Oh, that's one I go to. If you're interested, that was just a story about why does the granddaughter do it this way? Why does she cook a turkey this way? Because that's how grandma did it. Well, there's a story that goes with that. So, look, I'm just going to round up here real quick. In summary, having a mentor or coach provides invaluable guidance, support, and networking opportunities while striving for business mastery. It ensures proficiency in all aspects of running a construction company. Folks, proficiency in all aspects of running a construction business is a state of control. The end. Okay? So if you're sitting here looking for a bit of a magic sort of, moment, then what you want to be is proficient in all aspects of running your building company. Right? If you are not, how is it that you're going to resolve those? And there may be aspects of your building company that you're not running well, but you don't realize that that's a knock-on effect from something that's happening out the back that you don't even know is happening. And so that is going to impact, your ability to develop a business, and to the point where you become, where you really are proficient in running your business, and where you become a business master. Together, these elements contribute to the success and growth and sustainability of a general contractor or builder, and the success they experience within their business. So guys and girls, if you've got any questions about that, that might have hit home for you as it relates to why would I get a business coach on? There is a level of investment, guys and girls. So, again, I might have to have a quick chat with you for 30 minutes. Don't be afraid. Book a consultation. Come and talk to me. I'll give you some pointers in how we work up to getting that war chest, whereby you can use that war chest to develop your business. Then you might be able to sort of then go and double down on really getting exposed to what we do in the coaching world on an ongoing week-to-week basis. Don't forget, the Elite Business Advisory Silver Bullet Academy is on there. Vern Harnish wrote a book, and it talked a lot about, how we go about developing and growing businesses. And a lot of what I do is really based on and around that book. So get across there, check out the Silver Bullets, on the Elite. There's a small subscription there for you that you can get access to a lot of the stuff, but, and it's a really affordable way to get started on our way to maybe full-blown business coaching. So don't be shy. Say g'day, reach out, book a time, come talk to me. I'll give you as much as I can give you in 30 minutes, and hopefully that'll set you up for some success. So be sure, like and subscribe, hit the bell, all that kind of good stuff. Shoot me an email, max@elitebusinessadvisory.com, or get across to the elitebusinessadvisory.com website. Click the book a consultation button and come and have a chat. Guys and gals, thanks for your attention. Go build a kick-ass business, and I will see you on the next episode. Cheers.